Hey explorers, I'm astronaut Pax, and I know a lot about patience. Patience means waiting for something even when you don't want to wait any longer and having a good attitude about it. I learned that the hard way. I had to wait what felt like forever to be an astronaut. And even though that was tough, while I waited, God taught me the value of patience. Part of patience is trust. And by waiting, I had to learn to trust God that He still had plans for me, even if I couldn't see or understand them. There was a guy in the Bible who had to be patient for almost his whole life. His name was Joseph, and he really had to learn to trust God because his life didn't make any sense. His story is a long one. It's found in the book of Genesis, but there's this really cool video that explains it all quickly. Let's watch it.
Today's verse is Genesis 41:38. So the king said to them, "No one could possibly handle this better than Joseph, since the Spirit of God is with him."
Joseph had 11 brothers,
And I thought one was bad enough.
and none of them liked him because their dad loved him more than them.
Joseph also had dreams where his brothers were bowing down to him.
They didn't like that either.
Actually, they hated him so much they decided to kill him.
But after a last-minute change of heart, they sold him into slavery.
Joseph ended up in Egypt and a slave to a man called Potiphar.
All was going well until Potiphar's wife took a liking to him.
After rejecting her advances,
She got annoyed and had him put in prison.
Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, then started to have disturbing dreams which no one could interpret.
But Joseph could.
He told Pharaoh his dreams meant that a terrible famine was coming.
Pharaoh trusted Joseph and put him in charge of the whole of Egypt.
He spent 7 years storing up food, so when the famine came, they had plenty.
But no one else did.
Joseph's brothers travelled to Egypt to buy some food, but when they saw Joseph, they didn't recognise him.
But Joseph recognized them,
Eventually, Joseph revealed himself to them and moved them all to Egypt.
and they all had plenty to survive the famine.
So as you can see, Joseph was probably really confused and didn't understand what God was up to. But he chose to trust God and have patience in the waiting time, and God did amazing things for Joseph in the end. I hope that if you guys find yourself waiting for something like I had to, or like Joseph did, that you have patience during that time, knowing you can trust the God who loves you. Well, the spaceship is nearing an asteroid, so I better go tell Levi to steer left. Until next time, bye explorers!